understand that the only thing that matters when you want to get the loyalty of people is to secure their lives and their property. Your inability to do that is what causes insecurity in this country. You understand?
Yeah, seemingly basic things.
Basic. It's really not. It's not. That is it. There's nothing else. People will take care of themselves. All you have to do is create those two things. But when you do not have the intellectual capacity, you are not within your own reasonable ability to do so, and that's why we have the issues that we have here. But what's unfortunate is that what Wole Soyinka is saying will fall on deaf ears.
Thank you for putting me very certainly there, Nwaji. Lady Rose says, I like the fact that the analysts mentioned the issue of the quality of books with regards to TETFund story. In Lagos, for instance, we have some approved story or literature books in primary and secondary schools that are so embarrassingly poorly written.
Very true.
With poorly written contents and with no clear social or moral value direction. Thank you, Lady
Thank
Rose.
you, Lady Rose. We have Lukman from Bagada who says all of these foreign countries will come and be telling us how to run our country. Can we, with all sincerity, tell them how to run theirs? I listened to Shore's speech, and if same is said in any of these other countries, he will be arrested. I don't agree to the way he was arrested, but citizens must learn to respect the country and realize that there are consequences for every utterance and action.
No, I completely disagree with that statement.
It depends on the system of government.
And we had this conversation. I'm very sorry, Valentine. We had this conversation downstairs. Shore called for revolution. He did not call for armed rebellion. There is a big difference. Revolution is that you can peacefully articulate the grievances that you have towards the people that direct government. It doesn't necessarily mean that he wants to topple the government. Back to C's point about capacity that he has. So let's not, it's not nice.
More stories. This one from Premium Times. Actually, the next one from Punch. I'll come to you, see, for this one. We'll back IT Southwest Special Squad, the Army says. Now, he made this statement talking about the Deputy Inspector General of Police in charge of operations, Mr. Abdul Majid Ali. He said in Akura on Wednesday that the IGP Special Squad currently in training would arrive in the Southwest in 2 weeks. And then the General Officer commanding 2 Division of the Nigerian Army, Major General Anthony Omozeje, stated that they would really support them in their quest, that they've gotten the necessary support in that region, and they would retaliate positively. Your thoughts?
Really?
They will repay the same measure.
No, this is coming days after the incident in Taraba, in which the army hasn't admitted liability for the conduct of its officers. Now they suggest that they're going to work together. Fingers crossed.
Different regions.
Different regions, but
narrative.
Policemen are policemen across the nation. So what comes out of this remains to be seen. But moving to the story particularly, we understand that there's an IGP special squad, whatever that means, being trained, and they're coming in 2 weeks to flush out criminal elements. It raises a question, a very disturbing question. Why do you need a specially trained team that does not know the intricacies of that state to come in when there are regular policemen on the ground?
But that's how SARS was created, isn't it?
So,
I just made an illusion.
Valentine, yeah?
Oh, man.
So, okay, back to the story.
Yes.
So they're supposed to come in, they're supposed to work with the military and then tackle these criminal elements. Now, another question arises. Why can't you train the regular guys on the ground with the same level of training you're giving these guys? And then what happens whilst they're in Ondo? A similar incident or series of incidents happen simultaneously in other states. Does the special squad get up, leave Ondo, and go and face those incidents?
They are covering 6 states in the Southwest, including Edo State. So not just Ondo. There are other states that are being covered in this move. But we take quick messages. Yinka says, trying to imagine the way COAS and IG will look at each other when they meet the president at a security meeting. This is not the first time the blues between the army and versus police will happen. I was there at the Alakija Fest when a soldier slapped a policeman. A similar thing happened in River State during the last elections, and now we're acting shocked when the Taraba version happened. We can't keep doing things the same way and expect a different result. Our next story is about the World Bank. The country director of World Bank Group, Rashid Bemisaud, said that the bank's net commitment to Nigeria over the years is about $11 billion. Is this another debt, Nwaji?
Yes, it is. Just So very quickly, I know we're short on time. For me, this is just the World Bank high-fiving themselves to talk about how much they've invested in Nigeria, and how we, local natives need to be very happy that the World Bank is here to save us from ourselves. For me, these things just speak to the issues of what the World Bank is. The World Bank is the leading lending organization to federal governments, and if we continue to allow the World Bank to come into Nigeria, we will continue to be in debt. Okay, because they're now investing in these projects, giving us loans to now pay state government salaries who didn't have the capacity to generate revenue on their own. When you now begin to look at these things, the World Bank is doing it because it's the interest of the World Bank. They can fix the interest rates to now make sure that the World Bank gets the best deal. They're doing it under the vestiges of them helping us, but we're not really getting the help that we need. The help that we need is with knowledge transfer and with development capacity to be able to do these things ourselves and get the regions to a point where they can now begin to generate revenue to look after themselves and fund projects towards infrastructure. That's what needs to happen, not the World Bank intervening, giving us money, and then we are continuously and constantly indebted to them. We need to stop that.
All right. Thank you very much, Nwaji. Quick message before we round up.
Time from Yaba says, even the police are complaining of army brutality. Who defends the defenders from going against the law? Nigerians have the right to free speech, but what happens after is not guaranteed. What a shame. All right, thank you so much for your comments, and thank you to our analysts, C at Mista Ceee on Twitter, that's MISTA C with 5 E's, and of course Nwaji at the corporate MC, corporate with a K. And please follow us at Smooth 981 FM for updates. Continue the conversation using the hashtag FreshlyPressed981 online. Thanks for listening. On Monday, we're back again at 7:30 for another edition of Freshly Pressed 981. But before then, today we had the Locker Room 981, and following that, Lagos Talks special for Lagos Talks 91 special for a Feel Good Friday.
Oh,
Thank you.
Thank you. Did you stream?
I don't think we did. We didn't stream. It was just recording.